Hello again, and welcome to our continuing adventures in the terrible, terrible Sierra Madre, where all of your stuff is paid for with company script in the form of little plastic chips that must have been really inconvenient for most people to carry around. But not for me, my pockets are endless. Working for the Sierra Madre apparently sucked for everyone, because everyone turned into zombies and then a red mist from hell rolled in, so their boss must have literally been the devil. I bet the Sierra Madre had a mascot too. Like something really happy, like a clown, just for the horrible, horrible irony. I bet they had meetings where everyone had to attend, and they sat around and they talked about pride in the Sierra Madre business, and this door is locked and there is a beeping radio. Beeping radios are not good, they make my head explode. And we've got a heart. Somebody loves this electric box. Oh, and it's broken. Well, okay, I can fix it. I need 3 electrical fuses to fix it. Well, I don't have any electrical fuses. Maybe there's some lying around in here with the computers. No. Any toolboxes? No. Got some conductors. Coffee mug. Sierra Madre chip. Coffee. Well, that's just typical. Of course there would be no fuses. It seems like this always happens. You find a fuse box and you think, oh, they probably keep fuses around here, you know, where it would be convenient. But then you find out that they only kept fuses in the Velociraptor pen. Oh, and the Velociraptors escaped! Man, seriously, it is ridiculous. You know, my parents used to do this kind of thing. We kept all our flashlights down in the basement where there was no natural light, so sure enough one day the power goes out and everyone goes, where's all the flashlights? Oh, that's right, down in the dark basement with the Velociraptors and the cat box. But I gotta tell you though, if you want a really self-reliant kitty cat, let it be raised by Velociraptors, cause our cat was the scourge of the neighborhood. Okay, that's a lie. There weren't any Velociraptors and my cat was probably the wimpiest one in the whole neighborhood. It was a good cat though. I was allergic. But anyway though, I think that I was in the wrong place, and I'm probably supposed to take Dean somewhere else. But I'm not totally sure where he's supposed to go. So I'm starting to run low on stim packs. Yeah. Glad I can still do that kind of thing on 2 totally messed up legs. Didn't hurt me even a little. Nope, still can't go back there. I thought maybe the cloud was up high or something. Oh well. There's a cockroach back there. Boy, I sure hope there's no cloud inside the Sierra Madre, because I'm getting tired of suffocating to death out here. Oh, drag. Okay, Dean, you're all over it. I'll hang out with the spear again. Oh, more zombies. You know, I wonder if the zombies ever get tired of their daily routine. Setting traps, no one ever comes. We're probably the most excitement they've had in a long time. I wonder if they ever got bureaucratic, because they're setting a lot of traps and stuff, and they probably had all kinds of problems starting off when they first were doing that. Like, one zombie would set a trap, and then another would walk into the trap, and then they would have a big fight about whose fault it was. Pretty soon they've got to set up some kind of court system to arbitrate disputes. Then they start having a meeting every single month where they talk about where they set their traps, and who's responsible for what. Then they've got to start petitioning though, because they've been doing this for 200 years, and I don't think that people have been coming here for 200 years. They gotta go to the meeting, and they gotta say like, hey, I want to set some traps over in this location, and I know that normally that would be this guy's job, but I have this really brilliant idea for a trap today that I think that a lot of humans would fall into if any humans were actually here. You know, except for Dean, who we've been trying to kill for 200 years, but we failed at all this time. I bet their whole culture just revolves around Dean. Like they go stand around the zombie water cooler and they say, oh hey, you know, I almost killed Dean today. And he goes, oh yeah? Really? I almost killed him last week. So Zombie 1 goes, no way, how'd you get him? And Zombie 2 goes, well, I set a trap, but Dean walked right by it. And Zombie 1 goes, aw man, that's so close. You know, he's really crafty like that. I almost got him because me and Lawrence were out, and we snuck up on him, and Lawrence almost grabbed him. But then Dean shot Lawrence. It's okay though, Lawrence got back up. I imagine they have like zombie college programs where they learn about Dean, or what little they know about Dean. You can get degrees in shambling, in chemistry, apparently, trap setting, and Dean theory. Although Dean theory is often made fun of as a degree because they call it still an evolving science. Oh, having a bit of trouble with this guy here. Ow, he stabbed me. Dean! This zombie stabbed me. Dean! How did you survive out here for 200 years? Not to be, you know, critical of you or anything, but you're not very grizzled. You're still wearing a tuxedo, which looks really nice on you, but still. What exactly is it that keeps these guys away from you all this time? Or do you just shoot them all to death? Also, when's the last time you had a shower or a bath, Dean? That's one thing that's been bugging me. Because I haven't had one in forever, and I'd really like to know where to get one. We should both have a shower. Not at the same time. Unless that would save us a ton of time. Or water, or something. If there's a valid reason. Actually, wait, did they not attack you because you smell terrible? Not that you smell terrible, I mean, if you did smell terrible, do you think that they would not attack you? I mean, you must be doing something that's kinda passive that's keeping them from killing you for all this time. Is it me? Do I smell nice? Am I attracting them? Please tell me I smell nice. I feel like no one ever really compliments me. Like I never just walk into a room and have someone say like, "Hey Queen Latifah, you sure look pretty today. How about I buy you a drink and then take you down to go see some stuff?" Mostly they just say, "Why should I help you? What'll you do for me? I have an idea. How about you go down and collect all these people and tell them to do stuff, and I won't blow up your head with the bomb collar." It's a little bit depressing, you know. Is it me? Oh, I leveled up. Cool. You know, with the 10 charisma and a 100 speech, I really did expect that more people would want to, you know, say hello and introduce themselves. Instead, I still feel like I get picked on a lot, and everyone's always telling me what to do. How come no one ever offers to do stuff for me? How come they're never like, "Queen Latifah, I'll go on a quest for you," and then I award them experience? I would award good experience, too. I'd be like, "Tell Queen Latifah she's pretty, 200 experience. Tell her she's smart, 200 more experience." Be a pretty good quest. Oh, we're in a diner. "Hey Sam, how about a drink?" You could just stand there, flickering, which has gotta be bad, because once you get drunk, not only are you spinning all over the place, you're also flashing in and out. That's gotta be so jarring. Do you have anything I can buy? You don't have any money. And I don't have any money. Did Elijah steal all my caps? Aw, man. Someone's got to explain to me the exact kidnapping process that Elijah uses here, because as I understand, first Dog finds you, then he drags you back to the Sierra Madre, at some point you get naked and Elijah takes all your caps. I don't know what happens between the time when you're naked and when you're not naked, but knowing this show, it probably involves some kind of monologue. That's probably it. They probably just talk for like a half hour and then run off when I start to wake up. Somebody probably makes some great big plotting speech about taking away all my clothes and putting on the bomb collar and how this represents that I cannot let go of the past or the future or the Sierra Madre, or whatever it is that I'm hanging on to. Mostly just dear life, but everyone seems to think that this is indicative of a larger personal flaw. Also, I guess I'm hanging on to Dean, just a little bit, because, you know, he's really good with a gun. And I sort of want to take him with me after this whole Sierra Madre fiasco is over with. I don't mind if he wants to take most of the money from the vault or whatever he can fill his tuxedo pockets with. Because the thing is, I don't know if Dean realizes that the apocalypse happened. Like, that's a thing. We don't even really use old world money anymore. It's worth like 10 caps each, I think. But even if you're rich in the apocalypse, the best thing that you can hope to get is some kind of bombed out building. It'll look quite a lot like this place, except for with more of the broken glass swept up. But only most of the broken glass. Some of it'll still be there 200 years later. Or, if you're not really fond of collapsing buildings, we could always live in the sewer, aka the best place ever to raise your kids.
The ghost people leave supplies as traps.
Do they leave them inside these places too? Because if I were a ghost person, I would hang out in one of these places more often than outside. But that's because I don't have the hazmat suit. Also, I don't want to toot my own horn, but in 200 years, I totally would have overcome Dean sooner or later. If nothing else, then with my feminine wiles. Although, now that I think about that, there's no girl zombies, is there? I mean, there is definitely equal opportunity employment among the raiders, because there are lots of girls in the raiders. But I don't think I've seen a single girl zombie. Maybe it'd be hard to tell, I've never really gotten a very good look at them. If they are all boy zombies, I wonder what causes such a heavy skewing of employment in the zombie industry towards men. You really would expect an equal split, but I guess in this case I'm not too broken up about the inequality. I mean, if you think about it, zombies get terrible pay and decent health benefits. I mean, I don't think they ever get sick again. Or they do, but they just don't notice because they're dead. I suppose their pay is lousy because they're basically raiders, except they're slower, and they carry spears instead of guns, and their only target is Dean. And they haven't caught Dean yet, so that big payoff to move up to, like, better weapons just hasn't come. Really, they're kinda like the Roadrunner in Wile E. Coyote. If Wile E. Coyote had died and then came back as a zombler with the spear, and then just slowly trudged after the Roadrunner for the rest of his life. Only what's weird is that Dean doesn't know where these guys came from. Which doesn't make any sense, because he's been here all this time, and if these were people once, then they should have been here earlier. There should have been at least one instance where Dean knew somebody and he watched them turn into a zombie, and then they went and they found a suit and they put it on, then they started wandering around with a spear and trying to kill Dean. I mean, honestly, there is a lot of variables on these zombies, isn't there? They live under the ground, they live in the clouds, but we only see a couple of them at a time. But they all wear the same suit, they have a dress code. What kind of zombies have a dress code? Unless the only possible explanation is that the dress code is causing them to turn into zombies somehow. You put on this suit and you become a zombie. But in that case, where are they getting these suits from? Because I haven't seen one lying around anywhere.
Watch out if you see a prize lying around. The ghost people leave supplies as traps.
Dean, would one of those supplies happen to be a suit that turns you into a zombie? Have you seen that? Because if I were the zombies and I were trying to make more of my kind, I guess I would leave the zombie suits out. But still though, you would expect to find the suits laying around everywhere, because the zombies are everywhere. And here's the other thing I've noticed. I can strip down a man to his underwear, and I put on his fedora, and it becomes a pillbox hat. But the zombies, I never have a chance to take their hazmat suits, even though it seems like they would be useful. No, I think we're onto something, Dean. And also, it can't be your smell that drives away the zombies. It just occurred to me, because they're wearing hazmat suits, and they probably can't smell you through it. Also, I bet that they smell terrible on the inside. I probably don't want to wear them. Maybe that's why I can't put them on. Maybe that's why they don't have any girl zombies, because it smells. Although I would like to see just one zombie who realizes she can never take off the mask, but she still wants to look good, so she wears makeup over the mask. She can put on, like, fake eyelashes and draw on her own fake eyebrows. Maybe add lipstick.
Don't leave me here.
Okay, Dean, I'm not gonna leave you. Just keep following me, please. Anyway, though, it'd be good if I just turned around the corner, and one of these times, instead of seeing the typical zombie, I got to see a zombie in high heels. Zombie in high heels. This one didn't have high heels. Would have a wig on, and then we could talk to it and become our friend. She and I could share stories about times that we were shot and left for dead, but then we rose from the grave and we're okay. Which would be cool, because I'm technically like a zombler too. I mean, not exactly, but pretty close. Anyway, she and Lily could talk about how things were back when they were both younger, since they're both technically immortal, I guess. I mean, you just look at the way these zombies strut around, and can you imagine that in high heels? That lady hazmat zombie gonna bring all the boys to the yard. All of them. All the boy zombies, anyway. Although I bet that flirting for zombies is pretty difficult. Because they can talk and they can be friendly and everything, but I'm pretty sure that to be a hazmat zombie, you have to leave your hazmat suit on. Which means that it's gonna be really hard to kiss on each other or do other stuff.
No offense, but you guys are lowering the bar.
Why do you make this so hard for us, Dean? I just want to like you. I just want you to like me too. Well, I think that this cloud is probably what I'm supposed to go to.
Martha's right. Think the roost we're looking for is...
Yes, that's very good. I'm very glad that that did not turn out to be the worst possible idea. So, now we're in a broom closet store? Or someone's house? Well, there's a TV up here. Could be a waiting room. Bookshelf. No idea what this is. I mean, there's a bed in the hallway here. Because this is just a hallway, this is not a room. With a dresser and everything, so... Apparently nobody knew what this was, they just had someone living here.
You're at the Ghouls Gala area. Now make him stay.
Okay, I'll ask him if he wants to stay. Why can't you ask him?
So, this is where I'm supposed to put on the show. Played better venues, let me tell you.
Well, you know.
What's that there? Wiring? Looks like it's tied to the sound system in the villa. Except for that snipped section there. So, what? I stand here, hold the two ends in my hands and tap them together like cymbals?
Well, I guess. That sounds really dangerous when you put it like that. Is that gonna hurt you?
Well, safely? Around here, that word doesn't come cheap. Look, I strike up the speaker system. There's going to be ghosts all over this place. Any change in the sounds around here, the ghost people are not big on talking. They are big on listening, hunting, killing.
Breathing heavily.
More vicious than music critics, trust me.
Okay, Dean, I see where this is going. What do I have to do for you? What is it gonna take?
Take? It's not going to take anything, because you couldn't offer me anything to stay here.
No, that's not what I
The
mean.
ghost people will come out of the woodwork when the gala event starts blaring, and when they see me trapped up here, it's curtains for Dean.
I'm not gonna leave you up here. Dean, you know, you and me are a team. Partners.
No, you're not the type, but accidents happen, good intentions or no. Look, you could offer me a steel-clad contract for a world tour of all major cities with Imperial records. I still wouldn't stay here.
I don't know who Imperial Records is. Okay, look, if I kill the ghost people, will you be okay?
No, you want to know why?
Why?
Because there's more beneath the streets, in the buildings, and no, everywhere else. They hear anything out of the ordinary, especially music screaming through the speakers when I close the connection. They'll be here fast.
Actually, they're kind of slow, but I get your point. Well, Okay, I'll look around, I guess.
You can look all you want. I still feel safer with a pair of hologram escorts to make it through the area.
Well, that's an oddly specific request. So, okay, I guess we'll go look for some oddly specific holograms. Maybe exactly 2 of them. But that'll be for next time. Thanks for playing with me, everybody.